Hey guys, X2KO here with the Smart Ultra 6, which might just be the best value large screen phone available right now, offering the highest specs in an affordable device this side of China. It has a vibrant 5.5 inch IPS LCD with 1920 by 1080 pixels of resolution, giving a crisp 480 pixels per inch. It comes with Android 5.0.2 Lollipop out of the box, the 1.5 GHz Snapdragon 615 64-bit octa-core processor, 2GB of RAM, 16GB of onboard storage with micro SD card support up to 128GB, a quick charge 3000 mAh non-removable battery, 5 megapixel front and 13 megapixel rear camera, along with the usual NFC, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and 4G connectivity. It also supports USB on the go, but not MHL video out. And all of this is wrapped inside a plastic unibody with similar dimensions to what's found on the iPhone 6 Plus. Having a look around the device, we have the power and volume keys on the right with a nano SIM card tray above, the 3.5mm audio jack on the top, micro SD card tray on the left, micro USB and mic on the bottom, the 13 megapixel camera with LED flash and noise cancelling mic on the back, along with a rear mounted speaker. On the front is where we find the amazing 5.5 inch screen, the front 5 megapixel camera and the blue backlit navigation keys, of which the home button also doubles as the notification light. However, when the keys aren't lit, there are no markings, meaning if you aren't used to Android already, you may have some difficulty knowing where to press. The phone is sold locked to Vodafone for £125 in the UK and unlocked in New Zealand for $299 New Zealand dollars. Now, using the current exchange rate at the time of recording this video, that equals roughly $200 US. I make this point because I'm about to highlight the value that's on offer here. I don't know how much profit Vodafone are making on this phone, but it can't be much when you consider that although this phone may have Vodafone branding on it, it is actually built by Chinese manufacturer ZTE and is based on another ZTE device known as the Blade S6 Plus. Now, these two are nearly identical in design, but while the Smart Ultra 6 with its 1080p screen comes in at roughly $200 US, the Blade S6 Plus with only a 720p screen costs around $250 US. So if you're looking for value for money, this phone should be on the top of your list. In terms of styling, it is a bit bland. With its rectangular front framed by chrome plastic trim, it isn't going to win any originality awards. The rear plastic would sometimes make the occasional plasticky creak or pop, but doesn't feel flimsy, and that matte finish means it doesn't attract fingerprints. The screen, however, is a standout, and would even be considered fantastic even if it was attached to a phone costing twice as much, and is excellent for media consumption and gaming, having excellent brightness and good outdoor visibility, wide viewing angles and overall good image quality. The only con with the screen is for those who might like to read in the dark before bed, as it doesn't get very dim. The Snapdragon 615 octa-core and Adreno 405 graphics may not be bleeding edge by today's standards, but the combination delivers solid performance, giving a smooth experience for every task I threw at it, with only the occasional minor lag or hiccup. Gaming was also reasonable, delivering respectable frame rates. GT Racing 2, for example, on highest settings, averaged 31 frames per second with no noticeable drops, and other 3D games I tested all ran above 30 frames per second. For a budget offering with a 1080p screen, its gaming ability is commendable. I also ran this phone through several benchmarks, and the results indicate it performs above that of phones powered by the Snapdragon 600, like the Galaxy S4 or the HTC One M7. But it will trail behind devices powered by the Snapdragon 800 or better. You can check out my benchmark video linked in the description for the full benchmark results. The camera is a decent performer as long as you are shooting in good daylight conditions. It captures fine details well, but highlights can be overblown, and the colour accuracy tends to be a little on the oversaturated side. The stock camera app though is also very responsive and offers a good selection of filters and even some manual controls. In low light conditions, however, this camera is pretty useless. It seems to simply throw in the towel and call it a day. Performing poorly in low light conditions, images are dark, completely lacking colour or detail and are pretty much unusable. When it comes to features, this phone has no gimmicky ones, but rather has a few genuinely useful ones. Perhaps the most notable feature is the full apps permissions manager. Now, if this device doesn't get updated past Lollipop, at least you already have one of the best features coming to Android M. With the full apps permission manager, you can control individual permissions for every app installed on the device. The phone also features double tap to wake and also rub to wake. Simply double tapping the screen or rubbing any of the navigation buttons will cause the device to wake up. One feature that may be missed is the lack of a built-in gyroscope, which means you won't be able to use this with Google Cardboard. Now, I've had this phone for less than a week, but so far battery life seems to be solid, getting me easily through a full day of moderate to heavy usage, including benchmarking, gaming, YouTube and web surfing. Overall though, this phone offers excellent value for money with solid performance and a fantastic screen punching well above its price point. So if you're in the market for an affordable or large screen Android smartphone, be sure to check out the Smart Ultra 6. Hey, if you liked this video, please be sure to leave a comment or hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Cheers.